Punitive. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Punitive. Punitive. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Intended as a punishment. 2. Used to describe costs that are so high they are difficult to pay, and that are often used to punish someone, or limit their activities. 3. Punitive actions are intended to punish people. Examples. 1. The President has threatened to impose punitive import duties on a range of foreign goods. 2. The company will not take punitive action against the striking workers. 3. Lobbyists complain that the bill would impose punitive taxes on the industry. 4. The inexorable rise in numbers shows these punitive measures have little effect. 5. Rural whites are often the most punitive, even though they are least likely to be crime victims. 6. The whole philosophy of environmental compliance in this country is not punitive. 7. Harris's long tenure as a prosecutor in California, a harsh, punitive state, has drawn criticism. 8. This is what women asked for, was the punitive message again and again. 9. Some promise to improve people's lives, without resorting to punitive measures. 10. The lawsuit seeks compensatory and punitive damages but does not specify any figures. 11. The lawsuit seeks both compensatory and punitive damages to be determined later. 12. What a punitive world it would be, if we only loved things that were perfect. Qualitative. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Qualitative. Qualitative. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Qualitative means relating to the nature, or standard of something, rather than to its quantity. 2. Connected with what something is like or how good it is, rather than with how much of it there is. 3. Anything that's qualitative has to do with characteristics, or features of something, rather than its quantity. Examples. 1. Much important sociological research has been conducted with such qualitative concepts. 2. There are qualitative differences in the way children and adults think. 3. That's the whole difference between quantitative and qualitative research. 4. Is there any qualitative difference between these two DVD players? 5. There has been a qualitative change in the relationship between the public and the government. 6. The collection of qualitative data often yields a huge pile of raw material. 7. It is the qualitative change in the nature of big business that really matters. 8. Qualitative representation and reasoning about shapes and spatial relationships. 9. So although the process may be gradual, there still appears to be genuine qualitative change. 10. The dance of qualitative research design, metaphor, methodology, and meaning. 11. We ultimately included 20 qualitative research articles for deeper analysis. 12. Otherwise, a quantitative expansion will result in a qualitative contraction. Quantitative. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Quantitative. Quantitative. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. Relating to amounts rather than to the quality, or standard of something. 2. Quantitative means relating to different sizes, or amounts of things. 3. Relating to numbers, or amounts. 4. Related to information that can be in numbers, and amounts. Examples. 1. Our employees receive a quantitative rating, based on the dollar value of their sales. 2. The results were collated, and used as a basis for both quantitative and qualitative analysis. 3. The concept of cultural imperialism is dependent on qualitative and quantitative judgments. 4. However, if the study involves quantitative analysis of data, then some discussion is in order. 5. Because of the frequent occurrence of kept, this causes difficulties in quantitative analysis. 6. The next step, they realized, was to check it with Rosie's quantitative measurements. 7. The next obvious step would be to check it with Rosie's quantitative measurements. 8. The groom, 32, is a quantitative analyst at the Trailstone Group, a hedge fund in London. 9. The pledge started as an emotional response that needed a quantitative fix, she said. 10. Otherwise, a quantitative expansion will result in a qualitative contraction. 11. As a quantitative statement, this is absurd, but its significance is symbolic. 12. In January, he used to join Goldman Sachs as a quantitative researcher in New York. Radioactive. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Radioactive. Radioactive. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. When an object gives off a certain kind of energy, like the sun or an X-ray machine, it can be described as radioactive. 2. Something that is radioactive contains a substance that produces energy in the form of powerful and harmful rays. Having or producing powerful and dangerous energy that comes from the breaking up of atoms. 4. Possessing or producing energy from the breaking up of atoms, or resulting from the production of such energy. Examples. 1. The deputies of great dictators often become radioactive by association. 2. All mail to the newsroom is tested for radioactive and chemical substances. 3. The waste consists of highly radioactive used fuel rods from power reactors. 4. This was used as the starting material for the selective radioactive amplification. 5. Her eyes were bright with flecks of honey color in them, almost like a radioactive beehive. 6. Otherwise the stop zone could end up as just so much ash and radioactive slop. 7. It was as if every living creature had an invisible radioactive clock in its cells. 8. The pollution of water supplies with radioactive materials poses another problem. 9. They didn't want to put astronauts next to a glowing hot ball of radioactive death. 10. People sit in red velvet chairs and drink neon bright drinks that appear to be radioactive. 11. Its initial radioactive products were suited best for physics research, but that was only a start. 12. At night the ruined city gave off a radioactive glow, which could be seen for miles. Reactive. Meaning with examples. Pronunciation. Reactive. Reactive. It is an adjective. Meaning. 1. To be reactive is to be ready to react or respond to something else, as opposed to ready to act on one's own. 2. Something that is reactive is able to react chemically, with a lot of different substances. 3. If someone is reactive, they respond to what happens to them, rather than deciding in advance how they want to behave. Examples. 1. Many businesses follow a reactive strategy, rather than initiating new products. 2. Remediation is expensive and messy, so be proactive, not reactive. 3. They seem only capable of being negatively reactive to other people's suggestions. 4. Top management should be proactive rather than reactive in its decision-making. 5. However, reactive astrocytes did not proliferate, therefore exhibiting only a partial gliosis. 6. Many species of reactive radicals participate in biological processes. 7. Skin is our largest organ, so it's reactive to our environment, he said. 8. Revenge is a reactive mode. It's a counter-strategy in the face of utter powerlessness. 9. I look at her as fluorine, which is a highly reactive element, Mr. De Pauli said. 10. Julia takes a forward-looking approach, rather than reactive, according to a spokesman. 11. Narcissists are impulsive, reactive and very sensitive to threats, Drossola said. 12. Depending on the temperament of your son, he may be more reactive than others. If you like the video, please hit the like button. Also, subscribe to the channel for more videos. Meanings and examples are available in video description.